cheating on your lady. Only it's not cheating on your lady.
Okay.
We are live, everybody. What's up? Welcome to the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming.
You don't even explain why you said that.
An Xbox One community podcast number 204. I mentioned cheating on your lady because Mixer currently is down. That's where we always live stream the podcast. But we've decided to go to our backup Twitch channel for tonight, so that the show must go on.
Yeah, it's true.
Rain, sleet, snow, shine. We're like the post office.
Yeah.
Except we're not subsidized by the federal government.
Unfortunately.
If we were, we'd have lots of money to waste, and we could each pay ourselves ungodly sums of money
and get a really good holiday.
Oh, great holiday packages.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It would be awesome. Good severances. We could be done in 5 years.
As always, I am joined by the bros, the XoneBros. It's Mr. McSpicy.
Hello. Mark Haywood.
Jordan the Man, Jordan Pescott.
Hello.
And last but not least, I am X1. We are the XoneBros. We need to start, unfortunately, the podcast on a little bit of a somber note at the moment. One of our listeners, Sandy McKay, has passed away this past week, and we just wanted to do a little tribute.
Yeah.
To Sandy.
Yeah.
Sandy used to listen to the podcast, listen to the show with his friends, and it was a fun time. A good guy and a good gamer, and wherever Sandy is listening to us now from,
Yes.
hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello, and thank you for being such a good influence to the people around you, and for being a part of the community.
Yeah.
So there you go. On to the rest of the show. That's kind of a heavy moment. Now, how do you recover from that, right?
That was heavy. That was heavy. But let's continue, I guess.
Big Spicy, Far Cry 5 came out this week. Let's just jump right into it. Far Cry 5 is here. First impressions, boom, go.
I mean, I like it. I like all the Far Cries.
Yes.
I like it. It's gorgeous.
Yep.
The game is stunningly good, I guess. I have stunningly. I have it. It's an enhanced title, so I have it on my HDR box, or my Xbox One X with my HDR TV. Crank that on. I haven't even seen it without it, so I don't know what the differences are. But I was blown away by even just the eye color. I don't even know how to. You know those shades? The Joseph Seed. He's the bad guy in the game.
Father.
The father. That's his name.
AKA the father.
AKA the father. He's got these awesome fossil glasses, like aviators, just like the coolest sunglasses.
They're like gamer glasses.
They're 1978 had gamer glasses.
Because you know how the gamer glasses have that like yellow tint.
Yeah, they're like polarized or something. Absolutely. It makes his eye color super, almost creepy. And he's a good bad guy. Far Cry nails bad guys.
Nails them.
Yeah. They're very good. So I've played a couple hours, maybe 2.5 hours now, 3 hours now. I'm off the first island. I've done several, I guess, missions to recruit people. I have a dog now. It's really nice.
The dog is cool.
The dog is very nice because all of the people you can recruit get like abilities that you can unlock.
Yep.
There's a lot of, just like with any Far Cry, there's a lot of crafting. There's a lot of unlocks. There's perks. It really is it's a Far Cry game. So if you've ever played a Far Cry game before, this is what it is. I mean, there's not a lot to say about that. There are things I'm disappointed in.
Sure.
Namely kind of how they portrayed the co-op and what we're actually getting.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of co-op games. Love co-op games. Me and Jordan hopped on and did co-op together. And I like playing with Jordan, but there's a huge issue that makes me not want to play co-op, and that's the fact that your story mission does not save if you're on someone else's game.
Yeah, correct. It only progresses the server that you're on. So if Jordan plays with you, it only helps Mark's, and if Mark plays with Jordan, it only helps Jordan.
They gave the excuse that they want the player whose box it's on, basically. They want the player one's power to control the game.
Sure.
Which I find that a cheap excuse. In Jordan's words, what are we, cavemen?
What year is this?
I know.
What year is
Seriously,
this?
you can still give control to the player one and still allow game saves, because what's happening now is now I have to go back and replay the same mission, and by that time you're doing it again. It's mundane. It's it doesn't have the same thrill, and I want to progress with Jordan. I don't want to go there and not have to do it again. I mean, granted, you get to save your
money, perks, and
experience. Yeah, basically money, experience,
basically
and
everything except the story saves.
Well, and you don't get they have items for missions that you finish. Like sometimes, like Jordan, you got a sweet car.
Anything story related doesn't. Yeah,
and I didn't get that, and I find that a huge disappointment. That said, Far Cry has always been a single player game for me. It would have been super fun to experience it with a friend.
Well, why? I don't know. It's just kind of like, why introduce co-op if you're not gonna do the full?
Yeah, they're
co-op,
stripping.
You know what I mean?
they're stripping the reason to play co-op.
Sure. Yeah.
Besides,
like, it was a lot of fun,
with
but
your
it
friends.
was just annoying.
Now, did any of you have a chance to jump? Because there is an arcade mode. In this.
Yeah. We played Call of Duty.
They have a Call of Duty, and it's not they. It's
someone
it's
made a Call of Duty
basically
back
their
then.
version of Forge from Halo. So people can create their own maps, set up even AI, set up the whole thing that they want to do. And me and Jordan went into Shipyard on Call of Duty 4 map, and we played Call of Duty on Far Cry, the Far Cry engine, basically. So, anyways, so the arcade's really fun. You can do stuff like that, and the perks you get in game.
Sure.
That you unlock, a lot of them transfer over to the arcade mode as well. So
that's cool.
It benefits you to play and beat the game because you'll have a lot of perks unlocked that you wouldn't have if you just went straight into the arcade.
Sure.
I guess.
So what's the most standout feature or aspect for Far Cry 5 for you?
I think this is this is the first time I've flown a plane in a Far Cry. I've played since Far Cry 3.
Okay.
And I don't remember ever being in a plane or even a helicopter. Jordan.
No, Far Cry 4 had helicopters, a little like one man.
Oh yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. The little gyrocopter thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I guess that's the case. I never got into those because wasn't that part of their co-op?
No, it was in the main.
It was in the main.
Yeah.
Oh man, I always just use my squirrel suit to get from point A to point B.
Which is again in
this
Cry
game,
5, you have to unlock it via the perk.
I mean, it definitely is an evolution of the game. It's a lot more gun centric. I know the others were gun centric, but when you add Montana into the mix, you're gonna have more guns.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, no, I like it. It's not my favorite Far Cry.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's not my favorite.
So for the record, what is your favorite?
Far Cry 3.
Far Cry 3.
Well,
Okay.
My friend, if you buy the season pass, you will not only get all the cool DLCs from the Far Cry Blood Dragon people, but you'll get Far Cry 3, a little remaster.
Well, there you go.
It's Far Cry 3
your favorite
classic,
one.
Yeah.
I already have it, but
you can get it again on the Xbox One.
Yes. Yeah. They do bad guys really well. I think Far Cry 3 was my favorite. Voss, man, that guy was he's number one bad guy on any video game for me. The Far Cry 3 bad guy.
Yeah, he's the guy that did this is a nice phone.
This is a nice effing phone. That guy's awesome. So yeah, overall, I mean, I'm liking the game. It was a huge disappointment to me to have a sucker put in front of me and and then have it stripped away because
with co-op.
Yeah,
with co-op.
Yeah.
So your biggest complaint is the lack of co-op. The
how
underdeveloped feature.
Well, yeah, they just make it worthwhile because now I'm not going to be playing with friends because I want to beat the game.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want someone else to just help me and then them not progress in the game.
Yeah.
Right? So I just got to put my mentality back into it. Far Cry is a single player game and I will enjoy it more. The fastest way to make a baby cry, give him a sucker and take it away. That's what happened to me.
That is exactly what happened to you. We have a community play. This month we only have one because it's a hectic month for us. So our next community play is the third Saturday of the month. Normally we do the first and third. After this month, we'll be back on track first and third Saturday. This Saturday, though, or this month, it's April 21st. And because Jordan didn't get to play with us last time,
Oh,
we are doing Battlefield 1.
Cool. Oh, okay.
The third Saturday of this month, April 21st. Battlefield 1 is the next community play. Jordan, come and join us. By the way,
April
guys.
what?
April 21st.
I work that day.
Son of a.
How are we supposed to deal with you, Jordan?
Yeah. How?
I work every other Saturday, so that's why the one Saturday always lines up for us.
Oh no! Usually both Saturdays do, but because there's a fifth Saturday this month, it's
darn April.
It's
man.
gonna throw us off here.
That darn April.
Well, great. Well, anyways, it's Battlefield 1, Saturday, April 21st. Come and join us.
Hey, little Battlefield 1 news. All map packs I think are free this weekend.
Ooh, go check them out because let me tell you, Apocalypse blows my mind.
Yeah,
blows it right up.
Yeah. Wait, what? I was doing maintenance.
Apocalypse, Battlefield 1 Apocalypse.
All Battlefield DLC maps are. I
have
believe
those.
Are free this
you
weekend.
gifted that to me.
Just
didn't you?
Apocalypse.
Yeah. Well, that was really nice of you.
That was nice. It is a good time. It is a very good time. Jordan, how about you? Far Cry 5 first impressions, go.
So I mean I'm having fun, but I feel like I'm split 50-50.
Oh, really?
Because I feel like in the development room they're like, hey, we have one good idea, we have to have one bad idea.
Sure.
Like they like to keep things very equal,
balanced.
Yeah,
they have to balance it
that's
out.
how they
Okay, guys,
balance
this is a fantastic feature. Let's now something crappy. We need something crappy. Here we go.
No, I like it. I think the beginning 15 minutes. I mean, they do set a good tone. I think this is. And okay, so the only Far Cry I've played myself is 4, and then I played bits of Primal. And then this one, so I got into Far Cry a little bit late, right?
Yeah.
So I never played Far Cry 3. I watched it, Let's Plays and stuff like this.
Sure.
But I feel like this is the most ominous, like that beginning introduction to the bad guy.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Like in Far Cry 4, he was a bad guy and he was good, but he was kind of like there was a serious, but not a serious.
He had a kind of a playboy.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, like there
mannerism.
wasn't like he was serious, but not quite like. Whereas this one, I feel like
he was kooky.
Yeah, there you go, kooky. Yeah,
it's kooky talk.
Yeah,
that's kooky talk.
Whereas I feel like
Kramer.
In this one, it's like he's bad from point A to because you're flying it. Can we do first 15 minute spoilers?
I would say we're going to talk about the first 15 minutes.
It literally is the first 15 minutes. Not a huge
yeah.
spoiler, but it is awesome.
Like just when you're watching the video on the cell phone of him killing some poor guy, and then like you pass.
I don't know if he kills somebody, but he definitely gouges his eyes.
The guy
out.
can't see anymore.
Yeah, the guy definitely is going to have needs to go to the optometrist after this experience.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, his hands were bloody too, so he dug in there.
And then right as he lifts his head up, looking at the screen, he turns to the left, and there's this big statue of the guy, and then like your helicopter's landing at the compound is what they call it, very and I don't know if I can bring this up or not, but very Jonestown vibe.
It's very Jonestown.
Very
yes.
Jonestown
very Jonestown
vibe.
I mean, it's a cult.
Yeah. They have some guy with a flamethrower doing who knows what. People. Yeah, someone's out there with him.
Actually, that walk when you get off the helicopter.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Well, actually, ironically, the dude with the
whoa.
flamethrower is lighting the fire, like the bonfire. That's all he's doing. Because I thought that was odd. I was like, he's not burning anyone.
But let's be real. If you had matches or a flamethrower, which one would you use?
Obviously, you gotta go flamethrower.
But anyway, my point is that whole 15-minute sequence is just so serious, and I feel more grounded than Far Cry 4. Like it's a little bit more.
That's how Far Cry 3 was.
Yeah. See, and
the intro to that one, and that's why Far Cry does such a good job. It's so serious, and it's like, and that they do serious.
And as you're
really
like
well.
walking up to the church, like people are starting to surround you slowly, and you can kind of hear the music in the church. And what's cool, and I think when I don't know if you'd call it cinematography in video games,
it is,
but,
for sure.
When he opens the door and there's like a light mist that kind of clears as you like kind of walk into it. It was really eerie and cool, and him holding his hands up to you when you're supposed to cuff him. I thought the first 15 minutes really introduced him. Really introduced him quite well. Getting like past to the gameplay, I like the new gameplay style. No more towers. It's all free roam. I like the mini map, how it's 3D. The gunplay's weird.
Not as tight as you would like it.
No. It just
that's an issue.
It's weird.
Yeah,
it's.
I know. So I tried to figure it out.
Maybe not the gunplay, the controls.
It's how they did the joysticks.
Okay.
Me and Jordan had a huge discussion on this the other day.
Tell me about the joysticks and the gun.
So So there's like a bell curve with video games and controllers, meaning when you move slightly the joystick one direction, at a certain point it'll speed up, it'll accelerate, and then it's fully accelerated. You know, as you move the joystick left or right. There's a dead zone in the joystick. That's why they add
aim assist.
Aim assist. Their bell curve, meaning I have to push it like 3 times as much on the joystick. Let's say right, for example, before that kicks in, and that's unusual.
Oh, okay.
I'm not used to a slow curve like that. With the Elite controller, you can actually go in and dial in some settings inside the Xbox.
In Far Cry
OS.
5, are those settings there? Is there anything dead zone or speed up your
There are
joystick?
no
like
settings at all. So
Really?
you're stuck
Okay.
with it's wonky. It feels weird. It feels sluggish. And you have to get I was trying to get used to it, but it's kind of a downer. And everyone that's ever played a first person shooter will feel it just feels different.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's
now, and if that's on purpose or that's how they want it to feel, I mean, I don't know. But to me, well, even the aim assist, and it wasn't just me because I was watching people playing YouTube and they were talking about it too. The aim assist, like it snaps, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It just feels weird.
Especially in an age where we have the best first person
yeah,
shooters
ever
of
Yeah.
all time.
It feels wonky, and they do add like a Grand Theft Auto quick snap aim assist, which I disapprove of.
Yeah, you don't like that.
I think it should be. I think that those are training wheels for new gamers to first-person shooters, which I don't think that it helps them. I think it hurts them in the long run.
Sure.
And I don't know. It's just super. Whenever you press left trigger, it's going to find a guy basically,
Yeah.
and I find that makes it a lot less appealing to someone who just wants to improve at a game and get better at it, and then ultimately win the game and get that feeling of accomplishment. You don't get that as much when there's so many training wheels on the game.
So Jordan, you love the story.
Yeah,
Your
so far, I mean,
criticism is
the
controls
controls feel a little
bit
bit
weird,
weird, but I think I'm starting to slowly get used to them. Just like with and like I said, if that's how they intended it or not or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The other big thing is the same with the co-op. I mean, if they didn't even have co-op, it wouldn't be an issue. It's the fact that they have co-op, and you're like, oh yes, we have this feature, and then not being able to carry your save game back is what hurts.
is really disappointing.
Like, it's cool to have co-op, and I'm glad they have it, and it was fun when we were playing, but it hurts to come back to your own game. Like or before the show, I had to play through all those same missions again to get, given it was easier because I was more leveled up, but still,
What are we, cavemen?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, add a game save to us.
Yeah.
Their excuse, doesn't work.
Doesn't
fly
for you.
Yeah,
Doesn't
not
fly
at
for you.
all. Not
Okay,
at
Jordan,
all.
give me what is the biggest standout feature in Far Cry 5? The selling feature for
probably
you.
the characters.
The character. The bad guy?
Not just the bad guys, but all the characters. They all seem to have a personality, which I feel like
They
Far
really
Cry
do.
games-
And it's,
Your good guys, bad guys, guys in the middle.
you're
not too sure
interested
about.
in their backstory.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. You're interested in each of their backstories.
Well, yes, sort of. I mean, there's characters
One
that are more
thing.
main.
No, I do have to say one thing. I'm an American, and
Sure.
I live in America, and
America.
I feel like I'm very patriotic.
You're quite
Ubisoft
patriotic
is
fellow.
a European studio, a French studio.
I believe so.
I have never seen so many American flags in my like everything. Like I don't know if they've never been here before, but we don't paint our walls with them. Like, it's just
I do.
Oh yeah.
Clearly you're not as
I'm not
patriotic
saying
as
that's,
I am.
I'm not saying that's a criticism, but I'm just like everywhere I look, I'm like, oh,
It's
there's
like
an American flag. Oh, there's an American
It
dish.
really
like
is.
it's just America everywhere.
It's like
yeah,
it's like they learned about America from like the television
Yeah,
news
yeah.
reports.
From TV.
it was
Yeah.
4th of
because
July TV coverage.
every house I'd go into, like they'd have an American flag, which is all fine. Like I'm not criticizing that, but like then you'd go in, there's like American flag wallpaper and American flag TV.
Well,
and
then
American
even
flag
like the grandmas have
refrigerator.
like rocket launchers.
Yeah, right.
and
American flag.
They
Everything's got.
literally
And hey, I appreciate it too, because I actually do have an American flag gun now, in
That's
the
cool.
game. But I was just like, wow, their color palette was literally red, white, and blue. Like that was everything. It's
They really,
yeah.
they really,
that is
they learned about us, not from us.
They
but from
learned
TV
about
news
they
or
learned
covers.
about American culture via Team America.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Basically.
I do think that being said, I mean I just noticed that and I thought it was kind of fun and funny. But that being said, I do think this is one of the best looking games on Xbox One X.
Oh,
like,
I don't think there's
yeah,
a question to that.
yeah.
It looks fabulous.
it really
The-
does. They did
The
invent
One
the
X
artist did a good
utilizes
job. Yeah.
everything. Absolutely. Mr. and Mrs. Ronan. Mr. Ronan is a longtime listener of the show.
He's in chat. He's in
He's
Twitch
in
chat
chat.
right now.
Miss Ronan as well. They are celebrating their 5-year anniversary.
All right.
Ah.
Yeah.
And so to Mrs. Ronan and Mr. Ronan, congratulations.
Yeah,
5 years. 5 years of.
Oh, I might not have sounds. Okay.
We don't have sounds. That's okay. We were gonna play some cool sounds, but unfortunately we don't. Oh, there,
Oh,
that's a clap.
whoa, it's
That's
a huge
clap.
delay.
You get a clap. You get a clap for 5 years.
That's good. That's good.
50 years, you get a standing ovation, but for 5 years, you get a clap, a golf clap. Oh, yeah, there it is. Anyways,
10 years, you get the grunt.
congratulations. Happy 5-year anniversary, guys. Thanks for being part of the community. We love you guys. Go have fun, but don't have too much fun because you get yourself in trouble that way. Or you get another baby. Maybe that's what you want. But my impressions of Far Cry 5, honestly, what stands out most to me, number one, I really like it.
Did you
First
do
and
it on
foremost.
stream, the first 15
I did it
minutes?
on stream.
I wanted to wake up and watch it because I can only imagine what my face looked like.
I did it on stream, blew me away. Fantastic storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
The way they tell the story and introduce it to you, fan-freaking-tastic. Looks so good.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way they split it up, the way the story evolves right away, hooks you immediately. I haven't been hooked in a story like this, I think, since Red Dead Redemption. I'll be honest.
Well, let's be real. You've really only played Minecraft.
Minecraft and Forza.
Really not
story
a lot
mode
of
Minecraft.
Minecraft, Forza, Madden. Really story-centric games there. No, but they could make these opening scenes into a movie, and it is fantastic storytelling that I'm thoroughly impressed with. Like you guys said, the environment is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
It's
the
pretty.
atmosphere pulls you in. My complaint, if I have any complaint, would probably be the controls. Oh, actually, I do have a complaint. I feel like your partners are way OP'd. Like I'll be like, hey, go attack that guy, and they just run off. They just run down there, stab 5 people, and come running back, and no one hears them. It's like, why should I shoot them? I don't need to shoot them. I'll just have my sidekick go get them every single time.
They're good. Wait till you get like the animals and stuff.
Yeah, the dog. The dog is fantastic.
Well, you have the dog, don't you? Do you have the dog?
I think I'm just getting him right now.
He's nice because he
he sees everybody for you.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
he'll
I use
attack
my
him.
binoculars then.
Yeah, you won't even need him.
My favorite weapon is the bow.
See, I can't find
loving
one.
using the
I
bow.
got it right at the beginning.
I know.
You
I
get it
don't know
right
what
at
I'm
the
doing.
beginning,
Yeah, I missed it because I'm trying to look for one. I got an American flag assault rifle, which I appreciate.
Didn't you get an American flag car too?
I did. Yeah.
With fireworks all over.
You
it?
can get American flag everything.
Having said that,
in this game.
my style, my character is an American flag sleeveless T-shirt.
Oh, did you do the
with jeans?
I
and
thought
I've
you
got a
would do
mullet.
that. Yeah.
It's great. It is fantastic. I guess that's just how everyone in Montana dresses.
I guess,
that's
according
just
to
Hey,
the news.
I will say one thing. I think they did an excellent job with the open world and the freedom. Because, like I said, they got rid of towers, which was a big complaint for Ubisoft. The towers.
They even had a jab at the towers.
Yeah,
at
they're
the
like,
very
"Don't
beginning.
worry, this is the only one you'll have to do."
Yeah.
But I did find it. I
didn't mind the towers. They were like jumping puzzles.
Well, I mean, it was annoying that you had to do a tower, unlock the zone, do it. Where it feels more organic now. Like I'm coming
organic
across.
is a good. Is a good word to
I'm
say.
coming across side missions organic. I'm not going to a location to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I did find it funny how they're like, you can do whatever you want, but you should go that way.
Yeah, but you really can't do whatever you
I
want.
know. I just thought it was funny.
Just for story
They're
purposes.
still,
because I've watched people that have done it a different way, and it kind of
jars
tweaks
you.
the story a little
Yeah.
bit, makes it a little bit weird. Whereas if you follow their suggested path,
I just thought it was funny because it was like, yeah, it's full freedom. Go that way.
yeah. Overall, I really like the game. I highly recommend it. $60. Is it a purchase? The wait on a sale, must buy. What do you guys think?
So
For me, at this point, it's a must buy in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. I always say, because everybody has different tastes,
Sure.
Different palettes for games. Taste palettes. Is that what it's called? The palette?
The palette, yes, the palette of tastes.
The palette.
The testicular palette.
The testicular palette.
No, the testicular. Whoa, man, what are you?
I don't
What's
know.
in your mind?
I know.
Hey.
I gotta. Well, let's just do a rim shot right here.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
there we go. Let's move on. So Far Cry, it's definitely a Far Cry game.
Okay.
And I really like Far Cry for those times when you need like an open world Grand Theft Auto style game.
Yeah.
Just blow things up.
Until Grand Theft Auto comes out.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I like this game. I feel as though it is worth $60.
Sure.
Me personally. But at the same time, check it out, look at it, make sure it's your cup of tea. I hope they patch the joystick controls. That is not a game breaking thing for me.
It's just a quirk.
Yeah. It feels as though they were trying to make it more mouse and keyboard-ish, meaning they're trying to make the controls more precise, but they didn't. It doesn't feel. It doesn't work.
Okay.
Because I'm so used to the other way.
Yeah.
I guess so. I think it is. If it's your cup of tea, it's definitely $60.
Jordan, how about you?
I think for a single player experience, it's worth $60. The arcade mode is fun and all that stuff. It's a good time and it's got its cool forge mode. But I think this, if you go into this as a single player experience, it's a good time. Because I was really disappointed. I mean, I was excited for the co-op, but then disappointed when we couldn't carry over saves.
Yeah.
So as a single player experience, I think it's worth $60.
I agree. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a buy as well. Let's go and see what the community has to say. So every week or every time a big game comes out, we are starting to do what we call community reviews. To participate in the community review, you just got to be on Discord. Go over to Discord, XoneBros.com, hit the Discord button, join us there. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of game talk. The community is there. It's super good time. It's a great community. Come and join us there. But every time a big game comes out, we will post, hey, here's our community review. Go fill it out, and then we'll talk about it. Eventually, we'll put these community reviews up on the website so people can check them out or refer to them if they have questions on the game. Let's start this week, though. Let's start with the positives the community has to say, or the negatives, then the positives. Then we'll give the overall. We do it on an A, B, C, D, or F scale. And so let's talk about the criticisms. So some common criticisms was co-op. Co-op campaign does not save for both players. This is something.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like it's going to be a big criticism going across. So
yes, there's nothing not to like, but I wish the shooting mechanics were a little tighter. Again, very similar to what we're saying. The flying, good lord, the flying is horrid.
Hey, so no. I don't know. That's
funny.
Mark, you said that yesterday when we were playing, and I actually got to fly because I was in my own game this time. I liked it.
Oh, it was so, I told you.
Yeah, you hated it.
Yeah, because Jordan's like, so how's the flying? And I was like,
I was just sitting in my seat in the back.
Bored out of my mind.
I thought, I think because it's so easy. Like I didn't, it was. I was. Ooh.
I felt
the helicopter feels a little weird at first, but I feel like I got used to it.
I feel as though I was on a 1920s crop duster going backwards. Like it was just like.
Not so exciting.
Oh my gosh.
See, and all I've been in is that little pontoon plane, which is the crop duster. Yeah, the pontoon. They're just flying around bombing people.
So that's
valid. That's
some of the criticism there. Some of the positive things that the community had to say was open world. The open world is amazing. Mm-hmm. The gameplay and graphics, and that is, guys, if you've not yet seen this, just go check out some gameplay
on the 1X.
It is gorgeous, especially on the 1X. In fact, there's some comparison videos, and it is a substantial difference.
It's a big difference. Yeah,
it is a substantial difference. Looks really good. The new discovery system that has nothing to do with unlocking towers. There's a positive comment.
I like that.
Stealth as an actual option. It is an actual option. In fact, with the bow and arrow, that's basically how I try to play. I don't like going in guns blazing.
Now, you might be thrown off because I put a suppressor on my gun. I didn't make a sound difference, I don't think. But in the game, it actually did. So, because I was like, this is still kind of loud.
The story, great story. The arcade mode, compelling story and setting. The atmosphere, even though it's similar to the other Far Cry games, it's a great atmosphere is one of them. And last but not least, colorblind mode is an option in this game.
Oh, it's extensive too. Yeah. They have a lot of settings in the colorblind. They have a whole. They don't have a joystick setting, but they have a whole. They have a whole huge colorblind setting.
So very good. That's some of the positive things that the community has to say, and some of the negative things. Now the final rating. What does the community rate this game? It's an A through F rating. A being amazeballs, F being it stinks more than poop. And everything in between.
Yeah.
This community, the XoneBros community, 48% gave it an A, 44% gave it a B.
And then scroll down.
And 6% gave it a C. Nothing lower than that, with most people giving it an A or a B, which brings it at an A- for the community.
So this is better than technically Sea of Thieves.
Much better than Sea of Thieves, yes.
Okay.
Sea of Thieves got a B+. This is an A-.
Wow.
Sea of Thieves had quite a few Cs.
Okay.
So.
Well, I can totally see that because Sea of Thieves is a very niche.
Yeah.
Very niche, very much different. So this gets an A- overall by the community. Mm-hmm. Again, if you'd like to participate in these community reviews, head over to Discord. Join us on Discord, XoneBros.com. Hit the Discord button there, and it's a good time. We're going to be adding more reviews like this. Eventually, all these review summaries will be up on the website. We're just working on getting those up at the moment. True achievements, guys.
Oh, nice. We're doing this at the beginning of the show.
We're doing it at the beginning. We remembered this time. I actually wrote it down this time. It's something that I've not written down.
You're getting more pro, man.
Before. So have you guys unlocked any achievements? Have you worked on any achievements this?
Yes, I have.
This week. Who do you think is winning between the three of us?
I think I am.
Well, not even.
It's not even. Yeah,
you're gonna put up with that, Mark. You're gonna.
He's totally gonna win. When you know you're gonna win, you're probably won.
You probably means you went out of your way. So
yeah,
I didn't really go out of my way, but I just think I got more than you guys.
We have a community.
I had a lot of rares.
Oh,
but I kind of think that's because the game was broken for a while. And they didn't pop until
until now. Now they're not rare. As everybody's.
We have an XoneBros leaderboard on True Achievements over at trueachievements.com. Just search XoneBros. You can join the leaderboards. Every 7 days it resets, and every week we compare and see who the top leaders are in the community. Planting 42 is number one with an achievement of 107,000.
Wait, what?
Achievement score of 107,000.
He has broken the 100. Like that's his Xbox
that's
achievement,
his total, or was
his
that in the
achievement
month
score?
That is the last 7 days. In 7 days,
107,000.
107 days. Number two is
Wait,
R56.
what? Are you reading
Cooper.
that right?
Yeah, no. Sorry, is that achievements on Xbox Live or is that true achievements?
Because that's a big score. Usually they're around 6,000.
That's a lot of games.
Oh, that's his true achievement.
Okay,
I apologize.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
that's still impressive because.
That means he got
a lot of rares.
Some rare ones. R56 Cooper, the brother from down under from Australia, coming at us, representing the Australian XoneBros community with 88,000 true achievement score. Congratulations.
Finishing off with a Sea of Thieves achievement.
Sea of Thieves, yes. The Titanic ensemble in Sea of Thieves is what he finished off with. Buffs has 5,000. Chin Doctor has 2,000. And BS Middle also comes in at 2,400. That's our top 5. Congratulations.
He had 107,000?
107,000.
That's the highest.
Cooper with 88,000. Congratulations.
I know that
Cooper.
Too. What? I gotta look and see.
What are these guys doing?
Yeah, what game?
What are these guys eating?
That's not Limbo they're playing.
No,
you know?
join us over on trueachievements.com. Search the X1Bros. It's a leaderboard. Check us out there. If you want to support the show, if you want to support Positive Gaming, head over to patreon.com/Positive Gaming. Please consider donating to the cause. Even if everybody just did $1, we could do this full time. So even if it's just $1 a month, it would help greatly to bring this show to more people, to pay for our equipment, to take us around the world. To the people, to the masses, and grow Positive Gaming. Patreon.com/Positive Gaming or XoneBros.com/support. We appreciate it. We also give away a game and a mug every month. Next week is when we do that drawing. So come and join today and be entered to win a game and a mug.
That'll be fun
for the next time. With that, let's get this show on the road. Jordan, tell us what has happened in the world that is Xbox One this week.
A lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff, as always.
Yes.
As always.
There's a really good story, though, before you start, Jordan.
Yeah, there's a really good story. David's gift came. It finally got here from China or wherever.
I completely forgot about that.
Wait, it's out in the driveway, so we got to get the mobile cam.
No, look at his face. Yeah, right.
Can you imagine?
What? Whoa. The mobile cam.
No, we got David's gift.
Now, this was hyped up last week.
David, you got to close your eyes. Put your hands over your eyes, because I want to put it right in front of you.
Close your eyes right here. This was hyped up, guys. I hope this.
Should I take it out of the plastic?
I hope this lives up to the hype.
Yeah, no, it's legit.
I'll look this way.
It is legit.
I hope this lives up to the hype, guys.
Okay.
What if?
Okay,
I'm
so
kind
show
of
the
nervous.
camera first. Show the camera first.
I'm kind of
I'll put
nervous.
it on your
Camera right there.
Oh, go down.
Right there.
Oh,
there
it is.
All right, David, go ahead. Open up.
Open up. Yes, my own pillow.
But if you don't,
life-size picture of me.
Oh my gosh,
dude, this is like a legit pillow.
I know.
And if guests come over, you can flip it over.
Oh yes, the XoneBros. David, we're gonna call this the cuddle pillow.
I know, it's a picture of David's face.
If you'd like to cuddle with me,
that was funny.
I believe this is available in our store, correct? We've just never got one.
Yeah.
This is high quality. This is pretty decent.
That's a good pillow. Yeah,
I got the big one.
Dude, I love this. Is there different sizes?
There are different. There's 3 different sizes.
This is
That's the big one.
I went all out for you, baby.
Dude, this is going on my bed.
Now,
on my bed.
just for the record, we did order it before your birthday, but it took forever.
Yeah, it took a while. It took a while because you have to print that beautiful mug.
Wait. Can we go close up here?
It's hand brush, you know.
Right there. That's stunning. The resemblance. The resemblance is stunning.
The resemblance.
The resemblance.
I like resemblance.
So this is on our store, XoneBros.com. Just hit the store and you get a pillow.
Yes.
Yeah, that is there. And it's got tons of different colors.
We should send one to Mr. and Mrs. Ronan for their 5-year anniversary.
Put your face. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, guys. I love it. I do love it.
Oh, well,
I am blown away.
Happy,
that is awesome.
Happy late birthday.
It came the day after
Yeah,
the
that
show.
was what was
okay.
so funny. Was we had to wait a week.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. So have you showed anyone? Like, what did Megan say when she saw it?
She loves it.
Yeah,
Everyone loves
Sarah,
it. Man.
Sarah was super excited too. Like she wants to see it's yeah.
That is hilarious.
Just put that.
We need to make a body pillow now. You know?
Oh my gosh, we do. I mean, that's next level.
That's the next logical step. We got to take it to that next step. A body pillow.
Bed sheets.
Bed sheets. Oh, yeah, okay. I got to write this stuff down. We got to see if we can get stuff like that.
The Microsoft Store spring sale.
Yeah,
it's here.
It's here. It's got some great deals. It's the spring sale is available to everybody. If you do have gold, you actually get an additional 10% off the spring sale. So it's worth it to have gold. We have games like Call of Duty World War II, Forza 7, 2K18, Assassin's Creed, FIFA 18, Battlefront, Cuphead.
2K18 is NBA, by the way, and
NBA 2K18.
I am almost jumping in. It's $30. That's a really good deal.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
it is.
I'm
We also,
really,
I don't know if I mentioned this one, but Cuphead, that's another big one that I'm actually excited for because
Do we not own Cuphead?
No, we haven't because Mark got it, and we were gonna play it, and you know how I am with platformers.
Wait,
and then add a hard platformer to that.
Wait,
So,
what are we talking about?
But Cuphead is a special.
Yeah, it is.
Gotta get
We got to get Cuphead. So that's on sale now. Just go into your Xbox store.
And was Cuphead a $15 game to begin with?
No, I think it was. I don't know.
I don't know. So what is it now?
What it
How
is.
much percentage? I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look into it.
You can
Continue.
look it up. You can save up to 65% on select Xbox games, which is pretty awesome. So be sure to check that out. Jurassic World Evolution has a new trailer. You can now pre-order the game, by the way.
Oh my goodness, this is a game I'm going to get.
Dude,
Think of SimCity.
It looks a lot more extensive than I thought it was.
Think of SimCity in Jurassic Park
Yeah.
World.
And the trailer ends very
In Jurassic Park World.
It kind of gives you the willies when the ending of this trailer.
Oh, really? I've got to see this.
The
trailer.
T-Rex he's doing his thing.
He's eating people.
And
He's
you
chomping
can-
down on
you
people,
can hear it.
right?
Oh, he's chomping down. So it's more extensive than that. So of course you have your park builder, all that stuff. Jeff Goldblum's going to narrate you through how to build a park because he is in the game
Oh, yes.
as the character that he plays in Jurassic World. He's like the
yes.
overseer narrator type guy, which
Yes.
is pretty cool. But there were scenes in the trailer, and I may just be reading it wrong, but it went into like a third person visual mode of a guy on a sniper shooting a trank at a dinosaur. So I wonder if you can maybe go into like
person?
different. Well, not for it was like a third person type mode, but yeah, I wonder if you can go into certain scenarios and like play as that character for a second, kind of kind of like Zoo Tycoon, where you were the zookeeper and you could actually walk around the park and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm excited for this game. I can't wait for it to come out. But Jurassic World Evolution coming out soon.
Really excited. for that.
Fortnite, the game of games. I have to tell you this, guys. So I work for an internet company.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
You
install,
told me this story.
Yeah.
This is funny.
Let's hear it.
and I install. Well, no, that story is funny too, but that's
Not this story?
No, Fortnite. So I go in, I go over to people's houses. I install internet sometimes. I'll help them fix it. I'll go for issues and stuff like that, right? So I go over to people's houses, and when you're like, oh, where do you want to put your router? And they sometimes will ask suggestions. I usually say like, central location or your media hub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is usually the Xbox, the PlayStation, and stuff like that, right? Mothers, like moms, because they're I usually deal with the wives and stuff when I go over to these houses, right? And they're all they say I've had this happen to me like 3 or 4 times this week alone.
Yeah,
they are always like, well. My son's got to play the Fortnite. Let's put it over by the box here, and it's becoming a huge it's becoming huge.
It's like Minecraft right now.
It's crazy.
So
yeah,
I teach every Sunday. I teach like 14-year-olds at church here, and every boy, girl, doesn't matter. They all play Fortnite. Every single one. They talk about it all the time.
Dude, it's becoming.
It's huge.
Well, you drive down the street or you walk around, the emotes, the dances that you do, the kids are doing the dances from Fortnite. And then I'll walk up to them and do the L and do the dunk, dunk, and they're like, oh my gosh, that game.
It's becoming, you know what it is? Ready Player One has come out. It's becoming, pop culture.
Oh, yeah.
Fortnite's becoming the Oasis.
That's what
Ready Player One. That's what. Where they go into. That's what Fortnite's becoming, man.
It's huge.
It's getting, and it just blows. It's huge. Anyway, Fortnite actual news here, because it's so huge. The patches they released this week are causing some server issues. So there's a queue mode. So if you log into Fortnite, you'll be put into a queue just to kind of nullify, basically so the servers don't overload so everybody can get in, hopefully in a timely manner and play. Also, in-game stats have been disabled to relieve pressure off the servers as well. The developers are, they say rest assured your stats are still being tracked. They're just not being displayed because they need the server strength right now to get people in the game. So
yeah.
So Fortnite is having some issues, but they are working on a fix for it.
I gotta say, so it's Epic Games that does Fortnite. Yeah. They did Gears of War, those guys. They are an awesome developer. I stay up late a lot, It's kind of just my shtick.
What you do?
Yeah. They invented the Unreal Engine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. They had a problem with their shotguns. It was just it had issues. Shotguns, right? Fortnite shotguns on their patch. Was it Tuesday? Mm-hmm. They came out with a patch fix 4 a.m. the next day, or just right after.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Which kind of tells you how much time and effort they're putting into. You know what I mean?
They got a night crew.
They have a night. They do, and that's amazing to me to see that kind of devotion to. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a popular game and it's making probably lots and lots of money.
Yeah.
So
I would have free mode
on the free mode exactly. So I gotta say, Epic is doing a great job at supporting this game, especially at odd hours of the night. That's awesome.
I guarantee they have teams. You know what I mean? They got your 3 shifts, and they have to when you're that size. You know what I mean? And that's your advantage of being a big developer.
It's not a launch day, because I would expect that to happen like on a launch day of a game or something. This was just a routine patch that broke some things, and so they stayed up all night and fixed it. Yeah, so props to them.
The 5 o'clock shift broke it, and the 10 o'clock shift fixed it.
Came in and fixed it. Oh, those guys don't know what they're doing. Great.
Great.
Walking into work.
There we go again.
So Fortnite, super funny. I just had to tell that story because even parents are now it's like when Minecraft was making it huge. Parents are like, oh, they're playing that game, and they know what it is.
They know Fortnite. They're playing. There's the Fortnite.
They always call it the Fortnite.
Those damn kids and the Fortnite.
It's becoming huge, man. It really is.
Speaking of huge, No Man's Sky is big. Remember when No Man's Sky was announced coming to the PlayStation? Well, guess what? It is now coming over to the Xbox
It is coming over to the Xbox. I kind of feel bad for this game because it got a pounding when it came out.
Very bad reviews.
Yeah.
It was very disappointing. I've heard they've done a lot of work on it since then.
So we're getting the full
the full game. A game like this, do you think do you think No Man's Sky having such a poor release, poor review initial on the PlayStation? Mm-hmm. Now it was console specific to the PlayStation at the time. Yeah. Do you think coming over to the Xbox One can revitalize this
I think
game?
so. I think it's a fresh start. You're on a new you release it under not a different name, but No Man's Sky, definitive edition or whatever you want to call it. Have all you have all your DLCs or downloadable content since day one. And it's going to be Xbox One X with HDR and 4K support. And with the colors in this game, that HDR is going to look good.
I'm going to say no. This is one of the worst. This game has the worst image of any game I've ever seen.
Really?
I don't think it can come back.
Well, I know there's a lot of bitterness towards this game, calling the developers liars. I mean, just really.
I don't think this is going to revive it. This is. What's the worst possible thing that's ever happened? This is the equivalent of in gaming releases.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's because you see
even if it comes over and it's what they promised or closer to what they promised, if it's a good game now,
if you
can't recover from that kind of bad press.
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time eating Chinese food because I got food poisoning one time at a Chinese restaurant.
I see your point.
And this is the exact same thing. Yeah. People got food poisoning from this game Yeah. And that's hard to bounce back from.
I love Chinese food so much, I could throw it up and re-eat it.
You say that. You talk the talk. You know what?
Ruin it for me.
I'll put a burger on the line, okay? You throw up on your Chinese buffet, and then I will buy you a burger and eat it, and then I will buy you a burger.
Some of the Chinese buffets I've been to, I'm sure, have some throw up.
I'll throw in some Pepto-Bismol.
Okay, I'll need it. I'll definitely need it.
No, I think this game, I don't think they can bounce back. What happened with this game, they released it.
For $60, I think was a big reason why it was such a big
deal as well. Then they bounced. And they promised a lot of things that were lies. People actually pulled up the game code and it didn't even have what they promised in it. It was a terrible. It was. A lot of people saw it as extremely unethical. And I don't think you can bounce back from that. The developer just bounced, made their money, and there has never been a game that has had such. Because on Steam you can see
it had huge hype.
Yeah, it had huge hype, and on Steam you can see how many players are concurrently playing the game. This is the record holder of day one people playing. A week later, nobody playing.
Zero. Was this the game, if I remember correctly, that they were offering refunds for?
Yes, this is it. This is Steam mass. They didn't even ask questions. They just said, "Okay, we'll give them their money back."
Wow. Yeah.
So I don't think you can bounce back from this.
That is big. Now, some people do like it.
It's still $60, by the way.
Some people do like it, and I have heard that it has been supported well and it's been patched a lot. So it will be interesting if coming to a new console, you're basically opening up a new market for yourself. If you can get the monkey off your back. Is it possible? Can it do well enough? You have to come out guns blazing, basically, and everybody on an Xbox One that gets it and checks it out just loves it. You could maybe start to rebuild your reputation there, but it's just so...
This is the reason big companies rebrand their name. Like Comcast is no longer Comcast, they're Xfinity.
Yeah.
This is the exact... They would have to change their name because No Man's Sky has such a taint on it, that name.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I will be checking it out for curiosity's sake alone when it comes to the Xbox One, but I hope it's good because the concept is amazing. Concept is really cool. The artwork is cool. It's beautiful.
The concept was, it was the whole universe is your oyster and you can go anywhere and there's a chance you may see a friend, but there's so many, planets out there, there was no, it was impossible because they didn't even put the code in to
have
that.
Multiplayer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just didn't work out like that when you don't put that in the game.
Yeah, Jexter in chat says Hello Games has busted it. Has worked hard. I'll translate that. Has worked hard this past year. He thinks they've done a good job.
Okay,
so it will be.
So maybe that's a hard image because. I have once this game hit and I was done, I just walked away. I did not stay around to see all the changes they made. And I don't think a lot of people did either.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that you're saying that. Maybe there's a chance, a miracle that can happen that they'll say, "Ooh, this is high."
Well, I do think you could look at if I were them, I would be looking at the Xbox One because it's a new market. So you're starting from scratch. A lot of people there did not buy it on Steam. They're console only. Have not yet experienced it. Maybe have heard about it, but do have a chance to start fresh with a new audience, and they could build it up and then start to get some momentum and maybe come back and
Well, and games have turned around before,
Yeah.
What do you think speaking of that, what do you think the biggest turnaround from bad to good has been? Or do you think it can, do you think it's impossible to take a bad game
Darth
and make
Vader.
it good?
He was pure evil, but he became good at the end.
What do you think
when you got to see his face?
Of all time,
in my experience, I don't know if there's any
others
out there, but from my experience, just games that I play, Battlefield 4.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that one had
but it took a year.
Well, see, this is a year.
You're right.
No, Battlefield 4 had a lot of issues. They had to go redo the entire net code, but they turned it around. I played it all the way till the end until Battlefield 1 came out, and they turned it around and it was really fun there at the end. So
Battlefield 4 is a really good example.
That's just from my game.
It was basically broken
experience
on release. McSpicy, how about you? Any game that you can think of that you did not like that they turned things around?
It's hard for me because, and this is going to show because I didn't pay attention to No Man's Sky. Did you spill your?
No, it's got a cap on it. Yeah.
I give a game a good 2 weeks and then I move on and never go back.
One that stands out to me that it wasn't bad at first, but it definitely improved. ESO.
Oh yeah,
ESO has definitely improved over time.
I hear that, and I should go back to it, but I could not fight invisible bad guys.
But it wasn't bad for me. It just wasn't. Everything I wanted.
Their update, I think the one Tamriel update that they had
was huge.
That brought
everything.
them back. Look, they're on their second expansion now.
Yeah,
a lot of MMOs don't get that far. Second paid expansion, that's good for them.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to jump in and try.
What about
out
Unity?
No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
But there was an example of a ton of glitches.
But see, I never went back, but I love those glitches.
Yeah.
They made me. I mean, Jordan before the show was showing us Far Cry 5 glitches, and they make you smile. It's hilarious. Those moments where you just have to laugh. I actually like Unity a lot more because of the glitches, because their faces were melting.
Well, I will be. I have heard similar to what Jexter in chat is saying, and as well, I'm definitely going to be trying out No Man's Sky, so I'm excited for it. I hope it.
Well, I hope
it really has improved because I love space games. I love space games, and I really love this art style.
It's like an Elite Dangerous-esque game, or if you can, maybe a Sea of Thieves in space.
Sea of Thieves in space,
Yeah,
kind of game.
I just hope that when people Google search No Man's Sky, that they have the Google setting where it's only the last month.
Yeah,
because all those, I mean, it was a huge.
Oh, it was ripped apart at the beginning.
It was. Yeah,
it was hit hard, and I'm gonna guess that if you Google search No Man's Sky, you're only gonna see terrible things about it.
Yeah,
so
it's hard to overcome that. Well, hopefully it does. Moving on, Doom, other 4K updates.
Dude, check this out. Yeah, Doom.
We talked about Doom.
Check this out, Doom.
We talked about the 4K update last time.
Did we?
Yeah, Doom was getting 4K.
Are you sure we did?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is the first time I've
like
seen
99% sure that we talked about it. But
99%?
If you want to go to hell in 4K.
Then now you can.
Now you can't. Well, not now, but yeah, it's coming out. Oh, wait. No, it is out now. No, you can do it right now. Now you can.
I knew you could. Because there's been people
we talked about it earlier.
We're not streaming it, but just talking about it.
You can do it literally right now.
Overwatch has some more events. The Uprising
event from last year, which was where we got all the Blackwatch skins. You played Tracer's first mission with Reinhardt, Torbjorn, and I think Mercy was in it. It was actually kind of a fun little. I have a crush on Mercy.
I do too. I like the wings.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the Florence Nightingale effect. She heals you, you love her. That's Florence Nightingale effect.
She's blonde. It's amazing.
She's foreign as well.
Yeah,
and she's Swedish or something like that.
Oh, Swedish blonde nurse. I'm there.
What's your favorite skin, Jordan? I know mine.
Her Valkyrie ones are pretty cool.
Those are
like
cool.
The Norse god ones that she has. So probably one of those. I think she has like a Valkyrie and then more of like a Norse. Well, Valkyries are Norse, but anyway, she has like
the Greece
Valkyrie
one,
/ Norse god.
Where she.
Oh, her Halloween ones are good too.
Where she's got that little tail.
I think you guys are both perverts.
Wait, what? We're talking about skins we like.
Just kidding.
What's your favorite Torbjorn skin?
I like the original blue from like the when I say original, the origin story DLC that
so
they
his
came out with.
Overwatch uniform.
I like that.
I think it's a tie between Mechanic and Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is good.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
So
Best McCree. We're gonna keep going.
American
flag is so fantastic. I love my favorite skin. What's your favorite skin in the game?
Favorite skin in the game? It's got to be. It's either that American flag one or I really do like Cyber Soldier 76 and Frost Soldier 76.
Frost Soldier, because Frost is like a mix of Cyber.
Yeah.
My favorite.
But that McCree American flag one is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It just makes me want to eat apple pie.
My favorite is the barbecue dad. Soldier 76, where he's got
the beach one. Yeah, kiss the cookie.
Kiss
that
the
one.
cook.
Yeah,
that
was
is so fantastic.
One, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They have a good time over there. But the Uprising event is coming back this year. Also, the anniversary was confirmed as well. And when Overwatch turns,
do we like the Uprising event?
Yeah, it was cool. It was different. It was more of a single player, or co-op.
Isn't
the
Uprising
story mode?
Isn't that the DLC I was talking? It's not DLC.
It was the story. Gameplay where you had the 4 characters. It was Tracer's first Overwatch.
That's the skin I was talking about. The blue one. Yeah.
So that's coming back. If you haven't unlocked it, you can get it again. So
it's good. It's
fun.
fun.
Overwatch events coming. This story is actually really interesting. Someone has reached Pirate Legend.
Yes, they have.
David will explain why.
So there's a lot of controversy. Yeah, there's a lot of.
You know what's funny about this?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you explain it first.
Let me explain it. So someone has reached Pirate Legend. It's super hard to do in Sea of Thieves. It's very grindy. The amount of stuff that you have to do is it's insane. It's kind of like an MMO in that respect.
Yeah.
Super hard. A streamer. I won't mention his name, but a streamer on Twitch. He's the first one to get to Pirate Legend status.
Which in order to do that, it's 50.
You have to get to 50
on each faction.
Each faction, all your factions to 50. Now, because he's done that, the developers are going to make a statue in world for him. there was a lot of anger against this guy because the way that he did it is while streaming, he would jump into his viewers' games while they were turning in their chests and their skulls and everything, and just go from group to group with his viewers
as they turn in.
it in. So he got all the shared experience. So he literally didn't really play the game. He just hopped from point to point to point to point to get to legendary status. So there's a lot of backlash towards him saying it's unfair, mostly because he gets the statue. He didn't earn the statue, etc., etc.
Can I tell you my opinion on this?
I actually would like to know your opinion because it's kind of tricky. Do you feel that he cheated? Did he not cheat? What? Is this appropriate, inappropriate? Jordan, tell me.
So
give me your opinion
my opinion on this, that's the pirate's life, man. You're literally a pirate. He did a piratey thing. Like, I'm not mad. That's what he did. That's it. You know, it's Jack Sparrow and Captain Barbossa did it all the time to each other. You know, that's the pirate's life. That's how I feel about it. Now, I mean, think of the legend. Like, you'll drive by that statue and be like, the first pirate legend. He cheated. He pirated his way up.
The first pirate cheated.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
I think the definition of pirate is cheating, right? I mean, in my opinion, it's a pirate game. He lived the pirate life. And he used other pirates to further
authentic.
his pirate life. Like, it's really ironic.
He's quite literally the legendary pirate.
Yeah, he's like pirate. So, I mean, that's...
So you don't have a problem with it?
I mean, I would have liked to have seen, like, of course, one of you guys up there, or someone that, like, really grinded through, played all the hours.
I think that's the issue, is that people feel like they've been grinding away for forever, and this guy just jumped from group to group, utilizing his Twitch viewers.
Same thing happens when you pull up to an outpost and another pirate crew comes and steal
your
loot.
I will give this guy credit. He's not shying away from it. He tweeted out, hey, I just wanted to see what happens at legendary pirate. You can give the trophy to someone else. I don't care. I really just wanted to get there.
In my opinion, it's the pirate's life, man.
Nothing wrong for you. McSpicy, what are your thoughts on the way this streamer got to pirate legend? Okay with it, not okay with it? Somewhere in between, undecided.
I get both sides. I get Jordan's side. It's a pirate game.
Yeah,
it's a hard knock life, man. and he cheated to get to the top.
Remember in the Curse of the Black Pearl, Will whatever his name is, Will Turner goes, "You cheated," and he goes, "Pirate." That's just it's the pirate's life, man.
He should have tweeted out that meme.
Yeah, pirate.
Maybe they should do something else. But honestly, I don't know if there's a legit, because I mean, I don't know.
Technically, he didn't break any game rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe you add rules later, but I mean, you're a pirate, so you're bound to break them anyways again.
Yeah.
There's only the code, and they're more like guidelines.
Yeah. I know what parley means. No, I don't know. Maybe they do something else for... No, I'm okay. I think I'm okay with it. I get Jordan's perspective.
I mean... Like I said, if someone just grinded for what how many hours are in a week, whatever, like that straight, I mean, that would have been, that guy had no life and he just went for it. That would have been cool.
But that's an achievement, and I think that's I do think that's the intention of the statue. I think that's the intention of the developers. The first pirate legend. Yeah, and he kind of he made it.
I think there's a lot of things that we can get mad at, and I think this one shouldn't be one of them. I think that's kind of funny. I honestly find this kind of humorous that this is how it was done.
I mean, you can probably consider it maybe a loophole, but I mean, technically he did not break any rules. And
basically,
like to me, it's the pirate's life.
He's just got a lot of friends because he's a streamer.
That's true.
That's what happened.
Like in that game, when someone kills me and I have a bunch of treasure on my ship, I get a little upset, but then it's just that's the pirate's life. That's what this game is about.
But that game is intended for that.
I get the others.
He kind of broke he's cheated to get the achievement.
Well, did he, or was he just trying to get 50-50-50 fast? Because we never knew what legendary pirate was before it happened, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know if
we knew you got into the secret location, but other than that,
I don't know. I think it's kind of funny.
Hard. It really is.
Well,
hard
what do you think? You never said what you thought.
I think I do not think that the developers should give him the trophy. I really don't. But at the same time, they kind of have to.
You're stuck.
It's stuck. It's a moral quandary. Because is what he did immoral? Kind of. But at the same time...
But he's a pirate.
Actually, I never had considered the pirate argument.
This is just an excuse to get mad at something.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to name his name, because I don't think he himself did anything wrong. I think the issue there is that there's a statue tied to it, or a reward tied to it, and people feel cheated because they've been grinding like crazy to get there.
Is the statue going to be in-game?
It's an in-game statue, yeah.
But think of like the conversation. There can be like, oh, that pirate legend, man.
Well, people in our Discord were talking about what they should do. It was suggested that they have the statue be somehow like maybe his friends are holding him up because that's how he got there. He actually didn't do anything, or something to that extent, you know.
The way I look at it is they encourage you. Their tagline is #BeMorePirate. And a pirate to me is someone that does what he can to get ahead.
Ronan in chat puts #NotMyPirateLegend. And he says, I just feel bad for those who are busting their asses for it. And I agree with that, especially if you were trying to be the first person to get there on your own. But
I mean, let's talk deeply about this for
Honor
a second.
Among Thieves, says Diesel72, which is basically your point there.
No, let's talk about this deeply for a minute, because this happens every new Warcraft expansion. There's always a world first, right?
Yeah.
What that world first, and it's well known, what that world first does is he usually has a healer and like another person pocket him while he goes and speed quests through everything, and then the healer's constantly healing, stuff like that. Now, everybody else gets experience, but he gets more because he's doing all the work, and he hits world first. Now, technically, I mean, do you consider that immoral? Getting world first level cap on new Warcraft expansion, because we're talking similar thing here. Technically, he's not breaking any game rules.
Yeah,
and that's what I feel like. This guy here, I don't think the technically breaking any game rules.
Let's summarize it like this: what he did was not wrong necessarily. I mean, it's within the rules.
Like, he didn't loot cave it,
but it's definitely it's not in the best of taste.
Yeah,
it's a little bit unsportsmanlike.
But that's when I come back to pirate.
Yeah,
it's like in soccer, when someone is injured, you kick the ball out of bounds. You're supposed to throw the ball back in to the team that kicked the ball out of bounds.
But you're not playing with pirates. I mean, even Captain Hooks, even when Peter Pan gave him his wig back, he still tried to kill him.
But it's not against the rules if you decide not to do that.
Good form, Peter. And he tried to gouge him. That's just what pirates do.
He also shot the guy that was stealing home.
Yeah, he shot the guy stealing home.
No, I mean, I get the other side of it, but it's just because of the game it's in. Like, it's just like, he's like a pirate.
It totally makes sense in my mind.
Like, if this was in Halo or say, I don't know,
good form, Peter.
Good. Well,
like, I get. Peter. I mean, I do feel bad for the people that were trying hard. I mean, that's always a bummer when. Yeah, no, well, but I mean, I get.
They should have had 50,000 viewers too. Okay. I mean, come on. I don't know. I honestly don't care. That's my opinion. I don't care. I think it's funny.
All right. Well, on that note, so let's talk about this then. So a part of this is making legendary. We now know what is in once you get to Pirate Legend.
Mm-hmm.
Basic. There's new set of quests.
Yeah.
If you don't want to know, spoiler alert. Next 5 minutes, just fast forward to skip this because we're going to talk about it. In Legend, because of this, we now know what a Pirate Legend means. You unlock a new area. This area is a bar filled with ghosts. You have the option now to chase legendary gear. The legendary gear is ghost gear, basically. I think it shines. We don't know yet, but that's what I would imagine, since all the ghosts kind of have that shine.
Yeah.
That ghostly
it looks
shine
cool,
to them.
right?
Looks cool.
We're assuming it looks cool.
You have legendary chests that you go after, and now the way that the legendary chests work is when you select a quest, you have it in your map, and you can pull it up, and you can see it's on a radial. And there's so many spots, and they're all blank except for the maps that unlock for you. So sometimes you have 3 maps, sometimes you have 1 map. Anyways, how a legendary chest works is your quest unlocks all of those. So there's quests in all, there's, what is that? I don't know, 12 quests about that you have to do, from Merchant Alliance to the Skulls to the Gold Hoarders. They vary. You have to finish all of those quests in order to get the legendary chest. If you log off and only half those quests are done, you don't get the legendary chest.
Yeah.
That's how it does. Now, I don't know if it resets every day, every 24 hours, or just every time you log in. I'm not sure. The way they made it sounded like every time you logged in. Unsure. But that is what happens when you get to endgame. That's basically endgame at the moment. I don't know if they expected someone to get to Pirate Legends so fast, so if endgame is necessarily fully implemented as they wanted it to be, because it seems a little bit empty in my opinion. What do we think of that? Do we think, is that enough to keep you going to level up? McSpicy, now you've been probably going the hardest out of the three of us.
Yeah, I love this game.
Thieves. Is knowing now what we know at legendary status, is that enough to keep you going? Do you like that? Do you not like that? Thoughts?
Well, like I said last show, I still think that they should have had gear that you could level up, not just cosmetics.
Sure.
But I'm kind of for the journey, not just the destination. That's how I just like to play.
Yes.
So whenever I get to the end, I just go on to another game. So I don't know. I think this is a total about the journey game, not about the destination. And I think that's seriously unique to this game.
It really is.
I think that's, and I'll be honest, I think that's healthy for games, for a game like this to come out, because every game right now has the same cookie cutter structure. There's a little bit of RPG elements, XP, get better gear, all Far Cry's like this, Call of Duty's like this, a lot of first person shooters are like this. I think it's great to have something go against the norm. I think it's healthy for the whole gaming industry to have a game like this come out. So
you think this game shines because it's about the experiences that you have, not about getting to that end game. I mean, as a result of those experiences, eventually you will get to the end game, but it's not about getting to that end game first, because the experience doesn't change once you get to the end game, essentially.
Yes, and for me, because I've played a lot of solo now. What I like to do is have my my Xbox up while I do work, and I just float to the next island that I need to go to, and I'll be working, at my desk. I work from home. And then when I get there, I'll just ram it, just run right into the island, because I don't want to take time to, slow down. And actually, it's easy to do that.
Yeah.
Just go full throttle into the island,
Repair.
and then just repair, and then go get
Jump
whatever
off.
you need, and then come right back, and then ram the next island. Just aim right at it. You don't even. It's almost like AFK fishing in
Basically, yeah.
Black Desert Online. I don't think for me, but I know that I have my own experiences. I have my own style that I like in games.
Yeah.
This one is it's one of my favorite games I've ever played. I'll be honest. It feels like there's not a lot of content in there, and I get that criticism, but at the same time, it's not about that for me. This game is not about that. It's so unique of a concept. It's bizarre that I like a game that doesn't have a lot in it, but
Sure.
I do.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's kind of a healthy, it's just an open, just play how you want to play and have a good time. And I think this game is totally about the journey. So for me, to answer your question, it's not that big a deal, just because I like having a game like this in my library of games.
Interesting. That's a really interesting perspective. Jordan, Stephen Thomas writes in and says, what are your thoughts on Pirate Legend? What needs to change, if anything? Jordan, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I think I'm kind of leaning with Mark on because I mean, every time I jump into this game, I have a fun time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're not Pirate Legends yet. We're just playing the game as we go along. But I don't know what needs to change. So Pirate Legend, essentially, when you get there, it's the same thing. You just get newer gear, and the quests are probably a lot more intricate and difficult to go through, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you can do. You can add new islands, new quests, new stuff like that, which I think eventually they're gonna do. But I don't know. Cool cosmetics is usually a pretty good carrot on a stick.
Yeah.
Especially for a lot of people.
Like really cool cosmetics, like
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but no, I mean, I really think Mark said it right. I mean, this game it's more about the fun, because like I said, every time I log in, I have fun, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
I agree with you both on the experience factor, and I actually think the way that you put it, Mark, kind of nails how I feel about this game as well. And I never had thought about it in those terms. For instance, every time I log on, it really is a different experience depending on who I'm playing with or if I'm playing by myself, and I really enjoy that. I am a little bit disappointed that the end game at this point, and like I said, obviously things are going to be added. This is not the end of this game at all. It is a little bit disappointing for me I wish there was like an additional quest line now that changed up something once you hit legendary, but knowing that it's the same quest, a little bit disappointing. I think adding a different way,
maybe you unlock a different ocean set or something.
A different ocean set, or a boat. I would like a big boat to go for, and that's not there. It's literally
like
just personal customization.
The boat at the end of Lord of the Rings, where they get on the elves boat and go to another land.
Something like that.
They have this 45-minute end scene where you go out to a different world.
Yeah, but it is a really interesting new model of a game, and it's a really interesting discussion. It will be interesting to see how it evolves, where it goes, but the pirate legend has been made. Yeah. It has been unlocked.
That's funny. That makes me laugh. I mean, I don't. I'm not the guy that would get mad. I'm the guy that would laugh at that.
Yeah, Stephen Thomas, thank you for writing in that question. We really appreciate it. So moving on, Pixark.
Pixark. This is the arc in your Minecraft pixeled mode. We talked about this last week. It's in game preview right now. I think this game looks hilarious.
This is what Fortnite did to PUBG.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah,
this is what's happening. Someone saw Minecraft. They saw Ark, and they said...
Well, it's the same developer from Ark.
Oh, it is the same developer?
Yeah,
I thought it was
No, same developer. They're like, let's just make like a more fun, kid-friendly Ark, and they made Pixark. Yeah, it is. It is
so funny. I actually think it looks better.
It looks awesome. I'm actually excited for it.
Has Ark fully released?
Yeah, it's fully released.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So now it's okay that they come out with another one.
Okay. That's why I was about to, pull out my my
Xbox Live games with gold for April. Good ones this week. There's a big one that I'm really excited for. So first off, there's Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is going to be great. Your 360 games are Dead Space 2 and Cars, which is also great.
Yes.
Sorry, Cars 2.
Okay.
So which is also great. The big one that I'm really excited for is The Witness.
The Witness.
Puzzle game.
This is a lot of people's game of the year when it released. To nostalgia, this is what's his face that did.
Yeah, he was on that documentary,
right?
Yeah, the time. Yeah, it's a pure puzzle game, which is unfortunate. So I didn't play this game, but I watched someone play it.
Now you can't play it,
and now it's all everyone don't watch a puzzle game on a stream.
Yeah,
but fantastic. I mean, everybody that plays it loves it. This is on Games with Gold for April. Super exciting.
Yeah. Also in April, we're getting new Game Pass games. One of them is RoboCraft, another The Hunter Call of the Wild, Kingdom New Lands, Portal Knights, Cluster Truck, Scared Citadel.
Cluster Truck. That's a fantastic name.
Late Shift, and the big one of the group, the big one of the group, City Skylines.
Oh, such a good
in
game.
Game Pass.
In Game Pass, yes.
Game Pass is really ramping up.
Can we talk about that real quick?
Yes.
Dan Noor writes in and says, City Skylines is a game I've heard you guys talk about before. It's coming to Game Pass. I've always wanted to try it out since I love the old SimCity games, but never got around to buying it. I hopped on Game Pass for Sea of Thieves, and now I plan on staying. I guess I fell right into Microsoft's trap.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Trap to fall in.
What are your thoughts on City Skylines? Jordan, Dan Noor, let him know what he's in for.
Yeah, I recommend picking it up. I mean, you're already in, right? Download it, have some fun. It's fun. It's a good time. You got to rule with an iron fist, though.
Jordan rules with an iron fist.
There's the peasants in your land. They don't like structure, so you gotta force them to have it. But no, it's a fun game.
If you want a SimCity game, this is the
this
SimCity
is
game.
What SimCity the 4 or 5, whatever the new. I think it was just branded SimCity. What SimCity should have been.
Should have been absolutely.
So
absolutely. Nick Spicy, anything to add? Take away?
Oh, it's one of my favorite games I've ever played.
So fun.
So I highly recommend it because if you have Game Pass, you just get it.
Yeah,
just get it because it's in Game Pass.
In there.
It's so good. I've spent hours.
And they've come out with
hours.
updates since then. I think we have the traffic update, the snow update, and I think there was one more that I can't remember. But so there's a little bit more in the game now from when it first released.
If you're a min-maxer like me in any game, this game will keep you going for a long time.
Long old time.
Yeah.
Dan Noor, thank you very much for writing in. That brings us to the discussion segment of our show. Let's hit that achievement button.
Okay. I had had to stall for a second.
Oh, there it is. There it is. This is the portion of the show where we take your questions every week over on Facebook, on our Facebook page. A post goes up. You can submit a question there. That's facebook.com/X1Bros, facebook.com/X1Bros. Throughout the week, there's a lot of discussions. I'll tell you what drove a discussion this week was No Man's Sky post.
Yep.
Tons of opinions on that in Facebook, and also the whole Pirate Legend thing.
Oh, that's
Ton of discussions as well. Actually, I think that was in Discord, not Facebook. But
both questions of ethics.
both questions of ethics and passions surrounded them are intense. So come join us on Facebook. Check it out if you haven't yet. We're joining 18,000 other people over on Facebook, and it's a good time. Positive gaming at its finest. First question comes in from Benjamin Lavelle.
All right.
He asks, after Assassin's Creed Origins and Far Cry 5 now, is Ubisoft the best third-party developer out there at the moment? Jordan instantly raised his hand. Go.
My opinion, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not think you were going to say that,
No,
actually.
no,
I
I
thought you were
don't,
going to say yes.
don't think
Why
they are.
not?
Because of many reasons. Because of, well, it's just because of the not. It's not like the game. Like let's take Far
I mean,
Cry.
you've got to realize
No,
too.
no. I
Ghost Recon, solid.
yes.
Rainbow Six, very solid. For Honor, well supported. Another solid one.
That's well supported. That's
No, but it's a
you're
solid
being a little
game.
political there.
No,
I mean,
no, no.
You're squeezing the words.
No, no.
there.
Come on, that's a
Yeah,
really
okay,
good
still
game.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
keep
Assassin's
going.
Creed Origins, probably back on track with Assassin's Creed, one of the best Assassin's Creed in a while, and now you've got Far Cry 5. That's a pretty strong case that it's one of the best third-party
you
developers out there.
Yeah, but you can say that for the other third-party
Go ahead.
developer as well.
Well, who do you think is better?
In my opinion, I like, and everybody's going to disagree with this because they hate them.
Okay.
I think EA is doing good, right?
Okay.
Because now EA makes mistakes, but they come out and they fix their mistakes,
Sure.
right? Now, let's take the mistake-wise, let's take the Star Wars Battlefront 2 debacle, right?
Sure. Huge debacle.
Yeah. All that stuff that everybody was mad at was taken out before the game even released to the public. It was only in it the week before. The whole Hawaii's gambling, whatever.
Yeah.
That whole thing was only in there during that week.
The 5 days before that you get for EA access. Yeah.
Before public release, it was fully taken out, and that is a solid game, right?
Yeah.
Now
Very solid
let's take EA games. You got Battlefield 1.
Battlefield
Fantastic.
1, fantastic.
You got Unraveled for your platformers, which was very good as well. You got Need for Speed, a good racing game.
Need
which
for Speed sucks. Sorry.
No. I'm matching them up against like the Crew. Need for Speed versus the Crew. I prefer Need for Speed, right? And then you got your Maddens, which I enjoy.
I mean, sports, it dominates
games,
in the sports
which
area,
I do
minus
enjoy.
basketball.
And then you got your Mass Effects and Dragon Ages.
Mass Effect is solid.
Which, I mean, Mass Effect 1 through 3, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Andromeda was pretty good, but same, you got your Dragon Age, which I think is good. I mean, I think they have. And then you got
Don't forget Peggle.
Peggle. That was the
1
only
and
game
2.
there for a while. And then you got one of the most anticipated games and mysterious games coming up in Anthem. A BioWare game. Now, the reason, now I will give them this. Ubisoft does do better press conferences than EA. EA's press conferences suck the big
terrible.
one. Yeah. But the reason Ubisoft,
sure.
the reason they frustrate me is because they come out with a game with co-op that doesn't allow you to save progress. Like, it's little stuff like that, and they do that consistently throughout their games. And they do other stuff as well that kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
Such as
Mr. McSpicy
pushing certain things on you.
Mr. McSpicy. Ubisoft.
No, well, yeah, okay, the question.
Third
are they
party?
the best third party?
I think they're up there.
They may be the best third party.
I don't think they are.
Hold on. What defines best?
Your game library.
I think your game library.
Because
especially your recent game library. Let's take your last 2 years.
So you're talking about quantity. Because you guys were listing, I mean, those were good games, but if we're like my opinion, does Blizzard count in this?
Is Blizzard does the Blizzard count as a third party?
Yeah, they're a third party developer.
Yeah, Activision Blizzard,
because every game they make dominates the industry. But they don't make a lot.
Heroes.
Well, okay, yeah, but that one you can't even they kind of started that industry on accident.
And Heroes is a good game.
And Heroes. But I'm just saying, because all those games you mentioned are good games, but I don't play them anymore.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And I only played them for like a week. Then I moved back on to see if, or I moved on to my.
No, that's actually a really good point. I didn't think of, for some reason I'm thinking of like your big three developers, Activision, EA.
Well, Activision is Blizzard.
Well, yeah. Activision, EA, and Ubisoft are your big three developers. But I mean, you got third-party developers like CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, so that's what I'm.
That's
you know what I mean?
just
Like,
yeah. I think it's a combination of quantity and
or
quality.
publishers, or
I guess that maybe
quality.
publisher would probably be a better word because publisher, because Ubisoft is the publisher. Yeah,
quantity and quality, I think, is probably the thing, the combo. There.
I just
because when we're talking best, so let's look at a game like StarCraft 2. I've never had problems with that game, besides occasional balance tweaks, right? Okay. And StarCraft 2 is so good at what it does, it's very hard to break into the RTS world.
Sure.
With any other game that comes out, it's just like, oh, cute. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but that's just how good that is at that game. World of Warcraft, considered the best MMO for a long time, right? Still, yes, today, and they still look like it's on a 2001 PC. Or I guess it looks a little better, right?
Yeah, but it still does run off that engine.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, I don't know. It's how we define best. I would actually put Ubisoft as not my favorite. That's how I would put it. Sure. Just kind of, here's the deal. I don't like people that are snobby, and I always get that snobbish vibe from Ubisoft, and I don't know why. Sure. Maybe it's because I had to sign into Uplay once, and that pisses me off.
It's pretty bad.
No, but they have this. I didn't like the Sony purple tie guy. I don't like snobbyism, and their game trailers, I don't know. They bug me. Like I feel as though, okay, a good swear word is fine for me. Okay, a good timing makes it funny, whatever. But I swear that they have a board meeting on where to input F words in their game trailers, and that it doesn't flow, and it bugs me that. Because I like sharing games with others, and I can never share those games with the younger family members or younger friends of mine. Yeah. Because they're I don't know. They just rub me the wrong way.
Well,
I don't know.
It's just hard to say they're the best when you have people like, and let's keep EA aside. I mean, I personally like EA and what they've been doing lately. I know the rest of the world doesn't. But like if you take it like Bethesda, there's another good publisher. They're now doing Wolfenstein, Doom. Yeah, I mean, of course, your Elder Scrolls series, even ESO, which has made a really good turnaround, is under Bethesda's.
Bethesda is really good.
Fallout as well under that. I mean,
so basically,
it's hard to say they're the best.
This is a good question.
It's hard.
This is a good question by Benjamin, because basically what it has illustrated is we are freaking lucky to be alive at this time with this quality of games, because Ubisoft's library is so super solid right now.
Yeah.
EA's library is solid. Blizzard, super solid. Bethesda, I mean, all these major publishers are pumping out really good games.
Yeah. We didn't hear your opinion. What do you think? I'm actually curious to know what you think.
I don't know. I think there's a little bit there's a lot that goes into it. Someone in chat mentioned. And I'm sorry, I can't remember because Mixer's down again for me. It actually, when I go to mixer.com/XoneBros, it says our channel doesn't exist at the moment. So Mixer's really having problems. But
that's when you go and get the server backup.
Yeah,
we don't exist anymore.
In chat on Mixer just a second ago, someone mentioned what about replayability? Does that go into it? What about? And I think Mark, you brought that up. What about? There's all these questions that go into it. I don't know what the best developers. I think they have a really solid lineup. I think they are pumping out really good games. I'm really looking forward to Skull and Bones. That's one that I'm really looking forward to. I think if you can do that right, that could be something special.
I don't think Ubisoft is bad by any means. I think there's worse ones out there. I mean, they do stuff that kind of bothers me in their games and in their development and public life, but they're not. I mean, they do have probably the best game franchise on the planet, and that's South Park.
Oh, see, there you go. There's one that's fantastic.
Well, no, I would say Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege is their strongest.
If they had only one game to be put on the that would put them near the top. That would put them pretty high.
Yeah,
because Rainbow Six Siege is fantastic.
Yeah.
And they've tuned it to where it's.
I think they're in the discussion.
No, I do
think
too.
they're in the discussion for best developer.
They just annoy me. I would agree. They're like the cool kid at school that annoys you.
They're too cool for you.
Yeah.
They make you feel.
They
make you
me.
feel like less of a person.
Yeah, just
great,
shut up.
Great question, Benjamin. Thank you so much for writing an interesting discussion. A lot I mean, really, it's an illustration of how lucky we are to be gamers. Honestly, Clay Lane says, speaking of Assassin's Creed, where do you want the next Assassin's Creed to go?
Oh, where haven't we been?
Where have we not been?
Dude, you know what? Let's go to now that we've
Far Cry Primal.
Assassin's Creed Primal.
Assassin's Creed Primal.
That would be hilarious.
Wenja. There's a good game. Far Cry Primal was really good.
Assassin's Creed next set. Now we've technically been there before, but not in a base main game. China. Or Japan.
This is true.
Yeah,
this is
we've
true.
been there in Assassin's Creed China. But
Current day Tokyo.
Current day Tokyo.
Modern day.
No, I think.
Could you do modern day Assassin's Creed, or does that take away the Assassin's
You do
Creed?
every time you play it. You walk down a hall and talk for 3 hours.
Not in Origins though. They got away from
No,
that.
you walk down a
could.
cave.
Yeah, but you could if you wanted to. You didn't have to. They just gave you the choice.
Yeah.
Modern. You think modern would be interesting?
I will admit.
'Kay.
Assassin's Creed Origins was fantastic. It was the same team that did Black Flag, and honestly, I just want them to do it, all of them.
I'd like to go fantasy here. Let's go Assassin's Creed Game of Thrones.
Like the medieval ages.
But in a Game of Thrones world.
No, they already did that, didn't they? Medieval ages, they did
that was the first
the
one.
first one was Crusade.
The Holy
the
Land.
Crusades,
Oh,
yeah.
Crusade.
No, but I'm talking about let's go fantasy. Let's just do it.
You can be
but
like
that would totally break the story
The
arc.
story. Okay, I don't know where you go then. Honestly,
Would it
what?
though?
No, this is
Would
what
it?
you do.
Would it? No, because
it would.
do you know? You
There's
know
no
the
dragons in
No.
Assassin's Creed.
no, but you know like the Eden, like the whole Apple and the creators type storyline in it. Okay, that's kind of out there a little bit. You can throw a dragon in the mix.
Throw a dragon and have the walkers.
Yeah, I mean, those people were in it. I think they were fighting like space people at the time. Or,
Space people?
I don't know. They were actually they were fighting humans, I guess.
Do you go future? We've gone back to the origins. Maybe you bookend
No,
it.
but
You go back to the origins. Let's go to the end.
let's do
The end.
Let's do
The end.
like 1700s Vietnam.
Vietnam.
I don't even know what. It probably is the same as today. I don't know.
Well, that's people in chat said World War Assassin's Creed in space, which would be
Assassin's
future.
Creed.
like
A future, like Assassin's Creed.
like that movie
No,
Elysium.
2200.
We could do Taiwan or China, like ancient China.
You know that
Yeah, that
movie
would be
Lu
Elysium.
Bu, the guy with the big ponytail, fit him in there somewhere.
How would you do
From the
how would you do
Dynasty
space,
Warriors?
though?
Assassin's Creed
In
in space.
Like
I
how
don't
would
know.
you? Would it be like that movie?
I can just see that.
Would it be like-
Assassin's Creed, then a stamp in space, kink on the trailer.
That's like a blood dragon. Would you do? You ever see that movie Elysium? Is he just on a space station?
On a space station? Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, that would be
You
awesome.
got
That would be.
lasers and
They
stuff?
should get the blood.
Lasers.
They should get the Blood Dragon developers, the guys that did Blood Dragon, because that's Ubisoft too, and just Assassin's Creed in space. That would be.
Oh my gosh!
I think that's the winner.
Isn't that called Transformers? Like coming from I don't know, Krypton.
Basically, we have no idea, but I think Asia. I think Asia would be
Well,
cool.
yeah, because that would fit like the Dynasties era, you know, with like if you've
The
ever
combat
played
could be cool. You can run on trees like in Crouching Tiger. Well, it's not a bad idea. That was a good movie.
It was.
And the combat.
Lubai, isn't that guy's name Lubai or something?
In the combat, you could do like all different types of kung fu, karate, jujitsu, all that stuff, right?
The
I mean,
green serpent sword. You could get that.
Could you do Assassin's Creed Wild West?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I think it's coming out this November in Red Dead Redemption.
Well, they did do Revolutionary War.
Yeah, with
Why
Connor.
Why not go to
The
Wild West?
Wild West, you're gonna not be able to climb a lot of buildings.
Trees.
You're gonna be able to
Jump
climb the
horses.
saloon.
You go trees.
No, there's no trees in the Wild
You could
West.
stand on your horse.
There's like
and
sagebrush.
You could stand on your freaking tall trees in Red Dead Redemption. That was mountain.
Yeah,
man.
but that was like you know, the Northwest United.
What
Like
would your-
that was not
how
West.
Would, how would your hood work in the Wild West? Would you have a hood head? You always
cowboy
have to have
hat.
a hood.
You got a
But-
cowboy hat.
But
no, you would wear
gotta-
cat ears from like Halloween.
It'd be a white cowboy hat with a red rim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
see?
right, yeah.
And you stand on your horse. Instead of jumping from a tower onto somebody to stab them, you stand on your horse and jump on them as you ride past.
And you'd wear like a red sash, like in Tombstone.
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Like a
And that's
cowboy.
Like a
See?
cowboy in
That's
Tombstone.
exactly how. Oh, that's cool. Jexter in chat says Mayans or Aztecs. That would be very
be
cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool era to do.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
that-
could totally. I believe
That
isn't that the
makes-
same as the Egyptians? I mean, it's pretty close, right?
Basically, just the pyramids but human sacrifice. I mean, 200,000 human sacrifices a year in the Mayan culture.
I mean, they
so
got to
you
fill
could-
that
you could
quota.
you could really do some cool stuff there.
I don't know if "cool" is the right word, but fascinating.
Fascinating stuff. Anyways, great
I
question.
like my favorite Assassin's Creed "Kunk in space."
In
In space echoed.
There
In
was
space.
people. They're talking about Bruce Willis getting on the asteroid. You know, you could do something like that.
Oh
you know,
yeah,
like
there you
Armageddon.
go.
You know?
Armageddon.
Oh man! Hey, we could do Liv Tyler. Get her involved somehow.
Yeah, get her
Any
an
game
animal
with Liv
cracker.
Tyler is a game I will enjoy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't she an Elven princess too? She's
Yeah,
been
she was.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clay Lane, thank you very much. Great question.
She's also
Stacy
the daughter of a
Fannin.
rock star.
Stacy Fannin
Yeah.
writes in and wants to know with Far Cry here, in light of Far Cry 5 release, which one of you would make the best cult leader and could convince
I would.
people to drink the green Kool-Aid?
I would.
You think you would?
I think
Chuck?
my city skylines.
You
map.
are non-presumptuous.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
nobody would think you had bad intentions. I
Yeah.
could see myself following you because I'd be like, well, Jordan, yeah, Jordan said it. Let's do it.
I can see Jordan ruling with an iron fist.
I would,
He
yeah.
does have that quality.
But it would be behind the scenes.
But I
Like,
would be
his-
like,
his-
But
his
David's
front
charm.
face-
I mean, that smile you
That's,
have. Here, let me go.
Yeah.
There you go. You got the camera now.
Lest
I mean,
we
look at
forget.
that.
that would be our cult flag.
Lest we forget. We're halfway. We're halfway to cult like status right here with a pillow of my
No,
face.
I could be called the father, and just
I
go.
can see
yeah,
myself.
I
I can see myself killing people. I think it's fantastic.
no, because I just got to. No, I could. I
You think you got it?
I would do it.
No,
I'd build a compound.
Big Spicy.
and,
You don't think Big Spicy would make a good cult leader? He's got the beard.
Hey, yep.
Yeah.
You can't bypass that.
Can't bypass that beard. Beard stat. People follow men with beards.
They
it's
do.
Just
they
it's a
do.
known
And
fact.
The father has a beard.
The father has
and pulled back hair.
Yes, you do have to have the man bun. See that way? I don't see Spicy
The man
sporting
bun.
the man
I
bun.
can't pull a man bun.
No,
Maybe
see,
I
that
could.
might
but,
that might knock you out.
The father
I
doesn't
might
wear a
get
shirt a lot.
divorced.
I could do that. The
What?
father doesn't wear a shirt a lot. I could do that. I think I could do that.
I could sport those fossil glasses though, man. Those
Oh, those are-
aviators.
those are
Those are
sick.
Dude, the way
smooth.
he talks though, I could do that. Joseph, you must forgive him.
No,
Like, he
John.
just-
It's John.
That's his name.
Yeah,
Yeah, John. John. Yeah, that part-
John.
John, forgive him.
Forgive him, John.
That is your sin. And he's just like, oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Jordan has the iron fist to do it. You have the charm to get people to follow you, and I could be the jester.
You would be one of my regions.
I'd be the
Yeah,
region.
yeah, and
I'd
Mark
be in
could
charge
be
of a
another
region.
You could be the.
Am I in charge of getting pizza? Like, what am I?
No, I was gonna say.
Gosh,
you could
I'm
be
like
the-
being left out now.
You could be the heroin region.
The heroin region, where everyone's high.
Yeah, where everybody's exploding into
Eve
smoke.
or
Yeah.
whatever her name is.
That's a fun
Okay.
region, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm in
that's
charge of the fun.
Yeah, that's the fun region.
Oh man.
I want to be. I'll be the brother that makes the charismatic videos.
Yeah.
Just
John.
about yes.
That's
Yeah,
John.
John,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
me.
And he has his yes Hollywood sign of it.
Yes. Say yes. Say yes now. Stacy Fannin, thank you so much. That's a fun question. Really appreciate it. Dwayne Hall writes in and wants to know how much streaming or YouTube videos do you watch before purchasing a game?
Not that.
He says, I found myself watching X1 streaming Far Cry 5 earlier in the week, but stopped because I have not yet purchased the game and would like to experience it for myself. Have you experienced this? This question will go, is Diesel72. Oh, Diesel72, always in stream with us, having a good time. Mr. McSpicy,
Yo.
give Diesel some advice here. How long do you watch a game or YouTube
Yeah.
videos streamed? This is something that you do. When
Yeah.
it's story-based like this, give us some strategies. What do you utilize here?
If you like it, buy it right away. I mean, you're mature. You're an adult. You know what you like, what you don't
Yeah.
like. For me, especially a story-based game. I mean, I mentioned earlier that I watched a playthrough of a puzzle game, and now I can't play that game because I know all the puzzles.
Yeah.
You know?
You should have bought it. You regret
Oh, yeah.
that. That's regret.
Yeah. So if you like it's I watch those videos to find out if I want to see a real reaction with somebody playing it that I like, you know, a
Yeah.
streamer. I will see, oh, they're having a good time. Let me watch this game. It's a real playthrough. It's a blind playthrough. I freaking love this game. Turning the stream off, buying it right then. Kind of a deal. So it depends on the game, but normally if it's a game that I can see myself playing, I'll buy it right off the bat. I think streaming is one of the best reviews you can do for someone blind playing it, for sure, or a let's play with someone on YouTube blind playing it. That'll give you an idea of someone that's never played it, that's going through, the initial
experiencing
stuff.
it for the first time, their likes or dislikes.
Yeah, you can see that's a real reaction, and if it's a game that pleases you somehow, then absolutely. I've bought games that I've only watched for 5 minutes and have loved.
Well,
yeah. So it just depends, but I think it's the best review system that works for it. Works for me. That review system works for me.
There you go. Great advice. Thank you so much for writing in Diesel72. Something we forgot to talk about in the news, by the way. Last but not least, Hellblade.
Oh yeah, it's coming to Xbox One.
To Xbox One.
I thought we talked about that last week.
I think we mentioned it last week, but we never talked about it. I want to know who's getting it. I've been watching Let's Plays of this game.
It won the Game Award for Best Story or something like that. Something
so
like that.
Cool.
Yeah,
also, if you die a lot, erases your save file. Very cool.
Whoa.
Hellblade.
How many dies do you have?
I don't know. It comes up as a warning at the beginning of the game. Says don't die too much. Your save.
It doesn't tell that'd be awesome if they didn't give you a number, because that would freak you out. You're like,
it'd be awesome if they didn't get a number and then they randomized it every time you logged into the game.
Yeah.
Cool game. Really looking forward to that. Hellblade.
Yeah,
that does us for the day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the X1Bros, where we're like porn for your ears.
Yeah.
Basically, we're a good time. We're nice to.
I think that's what it is.
It's like pleasuring your eardrums right now.
That's a family show.
Mr. McSpicy. Where can people find you, and what will you be up to this week?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. McSpicy, and my gamer tag is Mr. McSpicy.
What will you be up to, though?
Oh, I'll be playing more Sea of Thieves. I freaking love that game. It's totally my jam.
There you go. Jordan, how about you?
I'm Jordan the Man X. Will be everywhere. I'll be playing, the usual. I'll probably be playing Sea of Thieves as well because it's a fun game. But I want to try and beat Far Cry 5 by next week.
Oh,
I haven't beaten a game
times.
in a while. Yeah, I haven't beaten a game in a while, so I just because it's all been multiplayer lately. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I want to try and beat Far Cry by next Friday.
I'm X1Bros everywhere. I'm jumping between Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, and now, of course, Far Cry 5. So I've kind of got a lot on my plate as far as that goes. Come and join me every weekday morning. Mixer.com/X1Bros. It's a great way to start your day. I love it. It's a good time. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Have a great week gaming. Any closing thoughts, McSpicy? One word. Go.
Awesomeness.
Oh, Jordan, go. One word.
Goodbye.
Oh, yes. See you guys later. Have a great week. Thank you so much, everybody.
You got 5 more seconds.
5 seconds. 3, 2.
Okay, yeah, just see you later.